All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
All right, so before we start the lesson, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
How
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Hashem Kodash.
Kodash.
In ancient Hebrew tongue, these are the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. We also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Much due respect to the said Akim who are laboring and works. Shalom to you believers, to the Akim and Aquaham, to be brothers and sisters, which sprout to this truth. All right, it's your brothers from W4Y Htown. The Lord willing, blessing be edifying. All right, today's lesson is pretty much going into current events. Bring out some precepts that's related to current events. You know, like prophecies that's happening right now and that's soon to happen very soon. All right. You already got an opening?
Nah, I don't, but I can bring it up.
Well, I'm gonna. We can start with Second Esdras, chapter 9. And I'm gonna read from verse 1 through 6.
Yappa, yappa, yappa.
Because we're in a time where you definitely want to be very diligent, to measure the time diligently, because we're in a time where prophecies are literally being fulfilled right now as we're speaking. Like for example, we're literally in the beginnings of sorrows, believe it or not. Right, mentioned in the book of Matthew. Right, we shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Right, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, famines, earthquakes, pestilences. Right, and the list goes on. Right. These are the beginnings of sorrows. All right. So we're in a time where more prophecies are going to be fulfilled. All right. I'm gonna read from here. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." And how do we measure the times? With prophecies. All right. Prophecy is like our measuring stick, and based off of what prophecies we see being fulfilled, being manifested, that lets us know where we're at, where we're at within the measuring stick, where we're at uh, uh, when it comes to prophecies. Okay, that's how we measure the time diligently. All right, being a watchman, constantly being on post, keeping up to date what's going on. All right. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we can see that our powers begin to visit the world because we're in the beginning of the sorrows right now. Not only that, the Great Awakening, right? You got a lot of our people that's waking up to their true nationality, whether they're in this truth sincerely or they're just in this truth just still doing folly shit. All right, but you got people waking up though, knowing that they are a Hebrew Israelite. All right, so that's one of the many signs that's coming to pass that we know that Yahweh Yahushua is visiting here. And I'll read it again. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Now, I'm going to jump back to verse 3, where it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people. Now, mind you, the word earthquake is just not only meaning like a so-called natural disasters. Earthquakes also goes into commotion. All right. So when you're starting to see commotions, right? I'm gonna get that word right now in the Google. It says a state of confused and noisy disturbance. Some similar terms would be disturbance, racket, uproar is also a similar term with earthquake, right? So let me click on uproar. It says a loud and impassionate noise or disturbance. All right, and you got people who are uh, who are in that state of uproar, right? With these protesters. Not too long ago, we had that protest at the border of Canada and U.S. Right, with the whole traffic, with the truck driver protesting, right? Let's see. I'm gonna get one more. Let's see. I think chaos. Yeah, chaos is also a similar term, and it says complete disorder and confusion. All right. So we definitely have that going on, that deep state of confusion, and real soon we're gonna have complete chaos, order out of chaos. That's when martial law is gonna eventually come in. Okay. So we want to touch base on that word earthquake. All right. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world that have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have planned, so I can have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. All right, so we're definitely in a time where you want to be very diligent. All right, like the scripture states, it's to make your election call sure, be diligent. All right, like the elder recall say, you got to move like a soldier in these times. All right, because you got a lot going on. All right, at any moment, that cyber attack can happen at any moment. The blackout, the EMP, that can be like a major beginning effect for more chaos to happen. Like the module, like for example, before that charagma could come into play, right, which is a major prophecy where we're waiting for that to happen. We got to wait for the bank system to crash, right? And in order for the bank system to crash, some kind of power grid, some kind of shutdown needs to happen, right? All right. So we're in times where you need to be very diligent, you need to be very circumspect. Okay. We're in the times where Yahweh Shai is about to show a lot more signs than we're showing right now. You got
Because we in those times, man, and I really truly believe a lot of people don't understand like just how serious it is, the severity of the current times and events that we in. Like the Lord even said that in our generation we were going to see these things. I want to get one because the king was talking about the earthquakes. Just to follow up, Salakia, I got it right here. Yeah, the earthquakes. It says Matthew. Well, I want to get it from Mark 13:8. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows." So this is just the beginning, man. Seeing that the grocery store run a little empty, that's only but the beginning. It's going to be way worse. The famines and people trying to kill each other, the earthquakes, it's only going to get way worse, man. All right, this place, what we're coming into is going to be like the purge, man, because a lot of these people, they depend on this society. They depend on grocery stores and resources to be able to sustain themselves. But we coming into a time to when the Lord is going to take away that dependence on Esau, basically. You got it, King.
I'm trying to get that where you mentioned about the sown places shall be unsown. It's chapter 6. Okay, chapter 6. Okay, chapter 6. All right, so I'm gonna read from the second Esdras, chapter 6. I'll read verse 22, 23, and 24. Since you mentioned sown places, speaking from example on my end, right? I would do like these little Watchmen update videos whenever I go grocery shopping. I'm seeing that the sown places are beginning to appear even more unsown. Not too long ago, I did one where nearly like this one particular aisle that has like ice cream, like one half of that whole area of ice cream is literally just completely empty, it's unsown, and then the remaining of ice cream that they have, that shit is locked up with damn wires and shit. They got that shit locked up. Or when you go to the baby food aisle, it's very low on food, and there's one particular area of the shelves has been empty. It's been unsown for like a little over 2 weeks already. You go to the pet aisle, You know, these very shelves are still empty from the first time I've seen it. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. The areas where they have like the so-called organic milk is becoming more unsown. The quantity is decreasing as time goes on. So it's getting worse. All right, like the scripture says, the evil hours of famine it shall increase. Right. So it's that famine is increasing. All right. But when we get here, it says Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22, and it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All right. And when it says suddenly, it means immediately, out of nowhere, all at once, out of the blue. It's going to happen like that, right? But we're seeing that the famine is increasing to the. It's going to get to the point where it's going to seem suddenly empty to a lot of people. Those who are not, you know, awake, they're still in that valley of the dry bones. They're in the congregation of the dead still. All right. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And storehouses can go into like warehouses, like these major actual warehouses where they store the goods at before it's shipped out at. Each of these groceries supermarkets, they have like a little soup, they have a warehouse behind the store, right? Even that's going to be found suddenly empty. All right. 23, and it says, and the trumpet, I'm about to read the LSB version, all right? It says, and the trumpet will give a sound which when every man hears, they will be suddenly afraid. All right, so when it says, and the trumpet will give a sound which when every man hears, they will be suddenly afraid. So what comes to mind, you know, correct if I'm wrong, but what comes to mind is like, for an example, when that emergency broadcast announcement comes on TV, right? When you hear something like that, like these alarms, right? You know, that's going to cause people to be suddenly afraid, right? Um, verse 24, it says, at that time will friends make war against another like enemies, and the earth will stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the springs will stand still, so that for 3 hours they will not run. All right. So when that famine hits and people can't purchase food, they can't find food, right? At some point, friends, families, you know, people who are considered as allies, loved ones to one another are going to begin fighting like enemies, all right, because of that famine, because of the lack of goods. Okay. And then when the springs of fountains shall stand still, right? And it says in 3 hours they shall not run. You know, don't be surprised when like you don't have access uh, to your water fountain. You won't be able to flush the toilet. You won't be able to, you know, drop a deuce, you know, take a leak, right? You won't be able to flush the toilet. You won't be able to shower as often as you please, right? You're gonna don't be surprised when this damn devil will have like a certain schedule to where at this time of the day between let's say 2 to 3, right, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is when the water will be available, and that's going to cause a lot of people to behave, you know, harsh against one another. You're going to have that evil eye from one another because people are going to be rushing to try to get access to this water. All right.
They're gonna be breaking out, man. They're gonna be going crazy, man. Hey, this is Ezekiel 7:15. It says, the sword is without, them guns, the weapons, people shooting and stabbing each other, people just going all out crazy, man. The sword is without, and that could be troopers, the army, okay, that could be you know, whatever. The sword is basically it could go into Esau Edom, okay, those drones, robo dogs. The sword is without, in the pestilence being sicknesses, diseases, unknown things you never seen in times that's causing people to throw up, you know, whatever, have blood coming out their eyes. We don't know. It says in the famine within. So that famine is what the king's talking about. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. So if you be able to escape the city, you're going to be chased down and hauled down by the sword, which is Esau Edom and his troops. It says, he that is in the city famine and pestilence shall devour him. So if you're in the city still, you're going to die from famine because there ain't going to be no food and resources within the city walls. And scripture says it's going to be checkpoint areas. So if you're not out of the city when all hell break loose, you're going to be locked down within it, in those walls, man. It says, and the pestilence shall devour him. So not only is it going to be that, you're going to have to deal with, scripture says it's going to be so many dead bodies out here. You're going to be walking around as if the dead bodies were done. So it's going to be dead bodies piled up everywhere. And that's going to bring forth diseases, pestilence, sicknesses. Okay. I got one more I want to read that, but I don't know if you got one you want to bring out, King, before I bring this.
I will bring out Second Edges, chapter 15, verse 11 and 12, to prove that the so-called Bible days is not over, like people say, right? Like we're not in the Bible days, right? And how Babylon is not going to be touched, right? Well, according to Second Edges, chapter 15, verse 11 and 12, it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, right? And smite Egypt with plagues as before." Right? Meaning that it's going to happen again, right? Because it happened in the past, right? And when we were held captive in Egypt means bondage, right? And we're held bondage here in Babylon, right? So I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the pledge and punishment that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall bring upon it. All right, and we can see that Yahushai is actually visiting, Earth, right? He's visiting Babylon because of what? We can see the increase of famines growing as time goes on. All right.
I got, this is Lamentations 4:9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger." Because if you get killed by Esau Edom, you get shot down or you get put on the guillotine. That's a quick death, man. But hey, if you die from hunger, it says, "For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field." So you're literally just the whole day, you're just thinking about food, different fruits, all type of smoothies, water, different things that you had that you got to eat when you was in Babylon, man. In Jacob's trouble, you're gonna be like, man, if I just came across a burger, if I just had me some nice fruit salad. Hey, a lot of you people gonna bug out, man. It says, "The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children." So, hey, a lot of Eves, they're gonna get to the point to where once they get cut off from that food stamps and the child support, they're gonna be looking at their own kids in Jacob's trouble when they out there. They're gonna be like, they're gonna start seeing their kid gonna turn around. They're gonna have a damn a strawberry head,
Yeah. They're going to be looking at their kids as a meal that they desire.
Yo, they're gonna be like, they're gonna turn their kid, gonna be like, "Mama, you see that?" They're gonna have the chicken head. It's gonna look like a chicken with the kid face on it. It says, "They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people." So in Jacob's trouble, a lot of our women, they're gonna be eating their own kids, man. Okay. And that's heavy. So literally that hunger is going to literally drive them crazy. It's just going to force them to do things that they would never do. Okay. And that happened before. The Lord is going to, the scriptures say, the Lord requires that which should come to pass, man.
I'm gonna get Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 to 16, right? It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." All right, so we're coming to evil times. Like, for example, Jacob's trouble, right? And I'm gonna get that word. I think I have it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna get that word real quick. Circumspect, right? And similar terms would be cautious, careful, guarded, on one's guard. And that sounds like what? Being a watchman, right? But the watchman's always on watch. He's always on guard, right? He's always cautious. He's very careful. All right. And a similar term would be prudent, was wise, and also vigilant. All right. The scripture says what? Be sober, be vigilant, because the devil, just paraphrasing that scripture, right? Be sober, be vigilant. All right. That goes into being circumspect. It says keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties, right? All right. So we're in a time where you need to be circumspect, you need to be vigilant, right? You need to, constantly, be on the swivel, be on your P's and Q's. You got to walk like a soldier. All right.
You gotta be on your P's and Q's, man, because in this time, man, you don't want to be one of these people that's, oh, I believe in creepy Joe. I believe everything they say. If they told me to wear 30 masks, I wear it. If they tell me to take drink get all 30 cranberry 16 juices, man, I'll take them. Like you're not supposed to be that person, man. You have to be circumspect, man. No matter what. Even though these doctors, they've been in my life forever, man. All these damn doctors dealing all these damn medicines and stuff. I always know, like, yo, you cannot trust these people. You're not supposed to take their medicines. You don't want to take none of the stuff these devils get you, man, because it's all to literally destroy you at the end of the day, man. Okay? Because when you take these different things, they make you feel some type of way sometimes, man. And it's destroying you within. Okay? And literally, that's what they're telling you. Okay, depend on us, trust us. You doing that, not knowing that. Okay, what they say, the American dream. You work, you get you a wife, you have children, you got a job, you went to college, whatever. That American dream is gone, man. Okay, you can no longer go to college and get a good job. That's done. Okay, that American dream where you get the white picket fence and you got a damn dog and you got the American flag right on your front lawn, that's gone. Okay. I want to get this definition. It says cyber warfare involves the actions by a nation state or an international organization to attack and attempt to damage another nation's computers. Okay, and everything in this society is ran by computers, man. Okay, your health documents, the way that you get your electricity, the way that you drive your car, everything is ran based off computers and electricity or information. Okay, so that's how much money you got in your bank account, different deeds that you own. Okay, information that works through, for example, computer viruses or denial of service attacks. Okay, what are 4 types of cyber attacks? It says malware. The term malware encompasses various types of attacks, including spyware, viruses, and that's just low grade. Okay, we're talking about big cyber warfare. Okay, and I want to let you know what an EMP can do. All right, let me get that. What does an EMP actually do? When detonated, an EMP weapon produces a pulse of energy that creates a powerful electromagnetic field capable of short circulating a wide range of electronic equipment. And everything in the society is ran off electronic equipment. Your helicopters, your planes, your bank. What else is ran off of it, King?
Cars, even vehicles.
Yeah.
So that damn Hellcat, hey, you won't be able to drive it because that EMP is going to shut that shit down. All right. Jake and Eve, right? You want to constantly keep chasing that bag. You want to keep, trying to get all these luxury vehicles, right? What you going to do with it when you can't drive it because the EMP shut the shit down? Then what?
Yo, they even said yesterday, if you got 401k, then the dollar and literally that EMP hit or the economy collapses, they cannot reimburse you, man. That 401k that you had, if it collapses, you're done, man. Okay, you're broke. Okay, if the economy collapses, every single body is broke except for the elites, man. All right, because they already made the necessary precautions. It says particularly computers, okay, satellites. All right, we got a lot of satellites. You can only imagine what they doing with those satellites. Radios, so no radios, man. The power go out, you're not gonna be able to call somebody. Hey, 911, emergency. Nobody's gonna come to your aid, man. And radio receivers, radar receivers, Salakia. So you're gonna be off grid, even civilian traffic lights. So that's going to cause a lot of, let's say, even if the cars was running, a lot of people are going to run into each other, man. Okay, man. It says, do EMP permanently destroy electronics? And their energetic EMP can temporarily upset or permanently damage electronic equipment. So, and the EMP they gonna use, it's not gonna be an EMP that can literally, oh, you can bounce back from it. Let me get this. Salakia King. You can actually read it off, brother.
All right, so it says congressional report: a North Korean EMP attack will kill 90% of all Americans. All right, 90%. All right, that's a large number. It says it is critical, therefore, that the U.S. national leadership address the EMP threat as a critical and essential issue. Because mind you, life, pretty much everything here runs off of electricity. So once the electricity goes off, right, it can cause a major domino effect to way how the way how life runs on a day-to-day basis. Like your business is going to shut down, right? All the foods that needs to be kept refrigerated are going to become spoil or rotten, right? Because the power went off, right? Like the brother you want to say, right? You won't be able to call Daddy E. You ain't gonna be able to type 911 to call for help, all right? Because that's going to be shut down, all right? So and that the whole water system, right? The whole water system, like the springs of the fountain shall stand still, right? That's going to affect that too. All right. It may not seem like a big deal, but if the electricity goes off, it's going to affect many lives of the people here in Babylon, especially those who lives depends on social media, right? You have OnlyFans, right? Your life revolves around social media, right? Hey, you're gonna be fucked because reality is gonna hit you.
You're done, man. You're done, son.
You're done. You're done.
Days of going to work and working a job, hey, it's finished, man. Hey, I don't know if you can see this, King, but I'm gonna read it off real quick and fast.
No, I can see it.
Oh, if you can read it, King.
New EMP warning. All right, new EMP warning. U.S. will cease to exist. 90% of population will die. All right, and it says in the first paragraph, it says at a time when the military is starting to take the potential for an attack on the national electric grid more seriously. A newly declassified report is warning of an electric world war. All right, electric world war launched by Russia, Iran, North Korea, and China that will wipe out North America, Europe, and Israel. All right, damn.
And North America and Israel is prophesized to get it, man. North America, which is Babylon the Great, is going to completely obliterate and wiped out. Israel is just going to be re-cleansed, and that fire is going to be a cleansing agent to get all them gutter rats out, man. All right, you got the next one, King.
The next paragraph, it says, with ease and using a primitive nuclear weapon, a new access of those aggressive nations could black out the Western world. Right? So it's going to black out this whole place. And the scripture that goes into how, if you read in the book of Exodus about the pledge of darkness, right? It's going to be a blackout here. All right. The Western world dismantled all electricity and electronics
Mm.
and water and food supply and lead to millions of deaths in America. And that's a spirit. I just gave an example how, when there's no electricity, it can affect your water supply, it can affect your food, right? And because of that, it can cause, a great number of deaths. All right.
Jake don't know what's coming, man. Jake. No.
Getting even through. It says 9 of 10 Americans are dead from starvation, and there's many scriptures that goes into famine. People are going to die from starvation. All right, 9 of 10 Americans are dead from starvation, disease. That's pestilences, right? And societal, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, collapse. All right. So, the whole bank system, right? The whole dollar system is going to crash. Okay. The
That's
United States,
societal
the
collapse.
United, you said what?
I said that's societal collapse.
Societal collapse. Yep. The society's going to collapse. It's going to go from a society that has laws that keeps this place being so-called civilized to where it's going to collapse and turn into a lawless society, purge-like society, a war-like society. Okay. The United States of Babylon ceases to exist, warn the report disclassified by recently the U.S. Commission of Access, the threat to the United States from electromagnetic pulse EMP attack. All right, and this is a big topic. We keep constantly hearing about, a potential power grid shutdown, EMP, blackout this and blackout that, cyber attack this, cyber attack that. At some point, the rumors is going to eventually become manifested. All right, just how it says you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Eventually, the rumors will no longer be rumors. It's going to actually happen. Like for example, right? In high school, right? This rumors going around. This person said something about this person, and that this person about to fight this person. And eventually, at some point, the rumor is no longer a rumor that these two are going to fight, and then boom, they actually fight it. All right, that's how it is with wars. All the wars in the past, it started with a rumor, and then eventually, those rumors eventually grew into physical. All right, they actually began to fight.
And that's heavy. You see what it say on here, King? It says Putin versus Ukraine. New weapons target your electronics, not you.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Yep.
We could grab some more articles. Let me grab. I wanted to get on it.
But then again, some just came to mind. The article you just brought up, it says the new weapons won't attack. They will attack your electronics, but not you. But then again, those who are, liquefied with that thing, right?
Mm.
There's particles in there, like magnetic particles in there, like AI particles inside the ingredients of the juicy juice, right? Mm-hmm. So don't be surprised when this new weapon that can target electronics will also attack those who are liquefied, I would say. All right, with that thing. All right.
You're gonna be good frequency out, man. Don't bug out, man. It's only getting more and more severe, man. Okay, hey, they're testing out more and more missiles. They're doing more and more things. Look, hey, you can read it off, King.
All right. So it says Russia invasion fuels fear of American food price hikes. All right. So, of course, Esau Edom is going to blame everyone other than himself for what's going on, right? So, of course, he's going to blame the whole invasion, what's going on between Russia and Ukrainian, and saying Russia's doing this and Russia's doing that. But really, is all being orchestrated with the high banking family, the Rothschild family, them DuPont family, all them, right? They'll orchestrate all this, but of course they're gonna point fingers at others, saying that the reason why the food prices are much higher now because Russia did this or Ukraine did this, or really is them. All right. But then if you want to go a little deeper than that, it's Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai doing that? Putting the spirit on Satan, right, on his left hand side, to then give commands to Esau Edom to make shit happen. All right, so more prophecies can be fulfilled.
Yeah. And this hella prophecies is happening, man. You got the food shortages, literally for real. They keep telling you the more we go to war, the more it's going to affect your food, man. All right. And it's beautiful, man. Look, Ukraine war could create widespread food insecurity, warns FAO. And I was going to post something today where Putin was talking about, it's only going to get worse, man, especially since we in war, you know. And
even even Biden himself said it in one of his latest conference, his stand-up. I'm gonna call it one of his stand-ups, all right, because he's nothing but a fucking joke, right? But he mentioned how that the famine is real, it's coming.
And that war is only heating up, man. It says Pentagon will accelerate production of missiles. Ukraine has requested to refill U.S. stockpiles. So, man, they not trying to die down the war, man. It says Russia has fired Salakia. Esau Edom in these damn commercials. It says Russia has fired multiple hypersonic missiles into Ukraine. U.S. general confirms. So it's not going to never die down, man. It's only going to heat up more and more, especially because the U.S. keep putting sanctions on them. And they not only going to war against Ukraine and Russia, against Russia, they going against Iran, North Korea, China. It says U.S. issues sanctions over Iran ballistic missiles. And Iran is going to join up with Russia, I believe. When it talks about the dragons of Arabia in Second Esdras.
I'm gonna get something to back you up about even Moab want the sauce with them with them Babylon. All right, the so-called Chinese. There's an article, Insider, that says China's military is growing rapidly, but it hasn't been tested like U.S. troops have. Former top U.S. admirals say so. Even Moab has his soldiers being prepared for war because Moab is also going to go against Babylon when these other countries start going against Babylon as well.
Yeah. Even the beast system is going to bite itself. Hey, NATO is going to turn on this place. The EU. Okay. Hey, it's done, man. Hey, it says Ukraine appears to strike back for first time with missile hit on Russian military camp. So, hey, man, if the war keeps brewing, hey, it's only going to get worse. Look at this one, King. You want to bring this one out?
Got it. It says, why did North Korea fake a monster missile test? That's an interesting question. Why? Or did they? Did they really fake it?
They better stop playing.
You mentioned something. Joanna, earlier when you was talking about the whole EMP and how the EMP can affect pretty much anything digital. And you mentioned about like banks as part of it too. I want to get the scripture to back you up on that. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 19. Right, I'm reading the King James version and the NLT. Right, it says, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels. because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity, of their wickedness. Okay. In the NOT, the New Living Translation, it says they will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's anger. It will neither satisfy or feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. And when it says it will neither satisfy or feed them, right? Because the money is worthless, right? So what comes to mind? Oh, that charagma, right? Revelation 13, verse uh, uh, 16 to 17, right? When it goes into you can't buy or sell, right? And what is that our people usually spend their money on? Is food, right? All right, because what? At some point, our is already fucking worthless, right? But it's going to be considered worthless, and you won't be able to feed yourself because what? Now they ushered in the new the was it the CBDC the whole digital dollar, right? All right.
The digital dash.
Yeah.
It says a digital dollar,
Dash, yeah.
but it's far from a done deal. Man, these
Like it. But yeah, what you were saying now?
no, I wouldn't say nothing, King.
All right. But yeah, the whole EMP, it may not sound like a big deal, but once that EMP is sent here, Lord willing, very soon, it's gonna cause a major let's say a sudden change into everyone's lives here, not just some people, no, everyone here. Everyone's gonna have a different lifestyle overnight, suddenly like that. Once that EMP hits, the cyber attacks it, because you're gonna go broke, right? Ain't no one gonna be trying to work, right? Ain't gonna be trying to stunt on social media, right? It's gonna be a life of just survival, strongest of the fittest, all right? And you're gonna start seeing people true colors of who they really are.
And it's already coming, man. Like you can't get away from it. Like they said, buy or sell, man. You're gonna be buying or selling with that thing, It says, how close are we to a digital dollar? Very close, man. All right, very close. All right. Very close. Let me pull up something real quick. Get this.
Hey, look, there's already some supermarkets. Oh no, no, perfect example. Perfect example. One of the brothers did a lesson on it, but there's a gas station. It's probably several like this, but I'm talking about this very video that I saw. I think it was a gas station somewhere in Alabama where everything is literally digital. All right, everything is cashless, and not only that, they don't have anyone actually like physically working there. All right, everything is literally digital, and if you even want to use that gas station restroom, you got to pay for it, but you got to pay digitally. All right, you want to get gas at that gas station, it got to be digital. You want to get some of the drinks, some of the munch on, it got to be digital. If you needed to do a quick run, you need to use the bathroom. The bathroom will not open unless you pay digitally. The windows that's there is all black. It's dark. All right, there's no one actually there working.
Hey, look. Hey, you couldn't have said it better, man. This is how it's gonna be used, man. If you ain't got this, you ain't getting no food, man. All right. If you ain't get this, what he got on his shirt, you gonna be a hungry person, man. All right. You gonna be a hungry hippo. What's up, King?
Remember that old commercial about the milk? It'd be like, got milk.
Got milk. Got
chip. Got chip. Got chip.
Got chip. Hey, this is what they want, man. This is the new era, the new age. All right. You ain't gonna just the tattoo place just to get regular stuff. You're gonna be getting this, man.
Yeah. I have that scripture too. I might as well bring it up. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse straight to the point, 16 and 17, right? And it says, and he calls all right, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right, so it doesn't matter who you are. You can be a celebrity, you can be top notch in this world, right? You can be that dude, you can be that bitch, right? Oh, I'm that bitch, right? I'm that dude, right? You know, you got the money, you got the cars, you got the clothes, you got the hoes, right? You got everything, right? Well, guess what? He calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, receive a mark, G5480, right? Charagma. All right, and if you don't have that artificial intelligence implanted in you, right, whether it's in your left hand, right hand, your arm, your shoulders, somewhere in your flesh, right? Anywhere in your head. It doesn't have to be on your forehead exactly. It could be the back of your head, your neck, your shoulder, your back, literally on your ass cheek, since you know this guy made a joke about it, right? Yes, if you get it there as well, right? Anywhere, right? You won't be able to, buy or sell. Okay. Um, it says, and that no man may buy or sell. Okay, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. And so it says you won't be able to buy or sell. So for those who currently have like a business right now, you won't be able to still have that business unless you are, you got that charagma. Okay.
And it's gonna keep all your information. It's gonna have everything, man. Right? And it's gonna seem like a wonderful thing to have, but really, if you get this, you're gonna get destroyed, man. Okay, you're gonna be totally left behind. You could grab that too, King, where it say
Hey, I got it.
Come on, bring it
Yeah, Revelation 16 and Revelation chapter 16, verse 1 and 2 to back you up on that. Like you said, even though if you get it, it's still not going to be a good thing. You're still going to get destroyed. All right. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, "Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua upon earth." In verse 2, it says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men, even you women and children, right? Which had the mark of the beast, the charagma, that chip, the radio frequency identification chip, okay? And it says the which had the MOTB, the mark of the beast, and upon them, right? And upon them which worship his image, who supports this system, right? Who supports this so-called New World Order, okay? All right, grievous swords is going to fall upon them. All right, and there's more to that too. Let's see, Revelation 19, what I'm thinking, 19 and 20. All right, it says in Revelation 19 and 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image, right? Who supports, who worship this whole agenda, all right? Who's down with it. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone, that second death, all right? The lake of fire, all right? 21, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Oh no, that's blocking. I think this is the point right here. Oh no, all right. See, 20 and 4. Okay, 20 and 4. It says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark, the charagma, upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach 1,000 years, right? So, this is gonna be, the elect, or all the believers, those who named are in the book of life. We ain't gonna be down with that shit. We ain't gonna be down with the image of the beast. We ain't gonna be down with being chipped, right? And some of us are gonna have to, literally give up their body as a sacrifice to be a witness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right, so whether for those who does get the chip, hey, even if you get the chip, you still fucked. You're still gonna die, whether you get it or not, right?
You're done, man. No matter what you do. And Jacob's trouble gonna be the worst time to be alive, but literally, if you're elect, you're good, man. Okay, so all these people, they gonna bug out, man. Look right here, say 1 in 5 Americans say they run out of money before payday comes. How much more in that day, man? When everybody when the dollar collapsed, how much more? It was something I wanted. Fossey warns that the U.S. must be flexible enough to reimpose, look at this, man, restrictions like mandatory indoor masking. Again, if a new thing causes an increase in cases, come on, man. Again, again. Come on, man. King, again. Look at this.
Again.
Over 14.6 million chickens and turkeys in the U.S. have been wiped out from the new. Come on, man. All right, so hey, that famine is coming, man. All right,
Have you noticed that these two fowls are actually considered lawful to eat?
Yeah.
What about pigs? Are the pigs not affected by the bird flu? All these abominable fools, are they not affected by this flu, by this pestilence? Why is it just the clean foods that we're able to eat that's being affected by the viruses, but not the abominable foods?
Exactly. Straight up wicked. Dang, it's another article that I seen on here that I want to grab. But yeah, for the most part, man, these devils is heating up. Apple prepares for the great reset with plans to make your rent your iPhone. I wonder why they doing that. I wonder.
Because people are going to be living in the metaverse. They're going to be living in their phones. If you think about it, people are already doing that right now. People actually live in their phones. That they forgot about, that there's an actual life out here.
They don't care about life. It's here are more reasons why you should be very concerned about Creepy Joe's push for a digital currency. And it's over, man. We went into that, man. So we're in the last few seconds, man. You got anything you want to bring out, King, before we close?
I will bring this because let's see. All right, I'm gonna read this. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14 through 19. I'll just straight to the point. Woe to the world and those who dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draws near, and nation will rise up against nation to battle with weapons in their hands. For there will be sedition among men, and waxing strong one against another. They will not regard their king, nor the chief of their great ones, their kings and princes. Okay. It says in their might, they're going to take the course into their own actions. Okay. For a man will desire to go into a city and will not be able. And Fauci, right, that guy who just randomly came back out the blue again, right, warned about how there's going to be a potential another lockdown. All right, that goes into how a man's going to desire to go to another city but not be able to. Okay, for because of their pride, the cities will be troubled, and the houses will be destroyed, and men will be afraid. a man will have no pity upon his neighbor, but will make an assault on their houses with a sword and plunder their goods because of the lack of bread and for great suffering. Right? And this all can actually happen once that EMP happens. You know, that EMP can cause a major domino effect, right? It can cause a famine, then eventually, you know, it can cause people to start behaving exactly what these scriptures just say, just what I just read just now.
Which is so good because man, that shows prophecy that we closer, man. We about to get out of this damn place. And there's so many news articles coming out, man. Shoot, I can't even. You can't even
Can't
keep
even keep up.
on. You know, so hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. You know, Lord willing, this got you going. You know, current events and biblical prophecy. Hey, it's all coming. You know, it's all unfolding, man. You know, and they one day you gonna be chilling and the light just gonna go out, man. You know, the
Yeah.
power gonna go out, the water, the food, it's over, man. All right, you got anything you also want to say, King, before we close?
Lord, one lesson, the lesson was edifying. That's the main thing, to edify you, to build, to feed the sheep, right? The sincere, true believers of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. So, Lord willing, we edified you, and be diligent, all right? Be diligent, be circumspect. You know, we're in a time where, you know, you want to be much more in tune with the will of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, because at any moment, like the brother said, you know, you can be having a good time right now, and then boom, wet, hey, tonight the fucking power goes off, right? And this is the beginning of what? Jacob's trouble at his fullest.
Uh, you know, and I'll be sick because a lot of jakes they're not prepared, man. They don't have that oil built up, you know. So hey,
Yeah.
you know, that being said, we want to give all praise, honor, infinite glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh Shah,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Rakah.
Rakah,
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well. Hearty shalom to all the Akim and the Aquabs that was tuning in. Hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. Like we always say, DTA Ababa Ba. You know, we want to say Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Baba Gashah, Baba Gashah, Baba Gashah, Baba Gashah, Ababa Ba. Soon, shalom. You know,
Shalom.
spirit Akim.
Shalom.